So it looks like we could be getting another State of Play coming very soon, and this comes from a very reliable source, Jeff Grubb, who has given us details of State of Play in the showcase last year ahead of time and being exactly on point. So obviously a source that we're pretty confident in and likely going to believe that what they're saying is going to come true. Now, quickly, before we dive into all of this and what his exact comments were, could you please do me a huge favor and hit that like button? It really goes a long way, helps the channel a lot. Subscribe if you're new and share the video to keep the community informed. Now, let's listen to what Jeff Grubb had to say.
This is the first one of these events that we're getting from one of these companies in 2024. It is the one I heard was coming up the fastest. But you can always count on a Nintendo Direct in February. It's almost certainly going to happen in February again. And then that leaves the question about State of Play. There is a State of Play coming. There's a State of Play coming. When exactly, I'm not sure, but I would expect it in the next few weeks.
Is it going to hurt me, Grubb?
State of Plays are always weird, man. Because you always get the sense it's like, oh, these are just contractual obligations. They just told a company, hey, we would give you free marketing, so they have to feel a need that they have to do it. So they could always be very disappointing and hurt you. But is there a specific kind of hurt you're worried about, Jan?
So he confirms that a State of Play is coming, and he says it like he knows it as a fact. And of course, when he did this the last two times, with the State of Play last year and the showcase last year, he was correct. So again, I'm going to put a lot of confidence in what he's saying. I think that he's correct. He also does say that he's not sure on the exact dates, but he knows that one is coming and he expects one in the coming weeks. So when I hear in the coming weeks, could be like 2-3 weeks maybe, but I'd expect February for sure to be the time frame for it. Maybe a January one and then the regular February one that we usually get. And then he also states that there are no details on what could be shown there, but states that there are contractual obligations for some of the games. And we know this to be the case because, well, they did that with the Suicide Squad game, right? They ended up showing a whole showcase for that, or not showcase, a State of Play for that. And it was very odd. Like, you're like, well, why are we seeing more of this game? And we did anyway, right? So it's an interesting situation where they do these deals and they do these marketing deals as well. And obviously State of Play is a huge event. As far as little bit like tinier events go. So it makes sense that these companies are going to want Sony to go ahead and showcase their stuff in a State of Play. So I think that that's definitely going to be seen here as well. In terms of what games we could see, there's a lot up in the air right now, right? So we have a lot of games that we don't know much about and we haven't heard from in a long time. Concord is due for 2024. We haven't heard anything about Concord. We just saw a CG trailer that really didn't tell us much. We saw a burger. I think that was the most exciting thing there. We still haven't heard about Stellar Blade again. Obviously, they've stated it's coming 2024, at least in that blog post, and then obviously the video they put out on their main channel. So we'd assume that we'd want to see more of this. Rise of the Ronin is on the horizon as well. It's coming in March, I believe. You know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We probably need one more good look at that game. I mean, a lot of people might say we've seen enough, but I'd love to see one more look at the game. And I'd assume that there'd be a demo coming sometime. And maybe that is a good place for them to announce a demo. Whether that's going to be, you know, at this State of Play or maybe the next one, I don't know. But I would surely expect a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo. They did a remake demo. They did a 16 demo, which did phenomenal for them and really got a lot of people buying 16 that probably would not have bought 16. So I think they would go ahead and do a Rebirth demo as well. Whether that's going to be at this State of Play, I don't know. But I do think that we're going to get a Rebirth demo. We also have Little Devil Inside. That's another game that, man, where is it, right? It's another game we are waiting to hear more about this game. And it's taken a major hiatus from being seen by us, at least the public eye. So it's very strange to not hear anything about that. Is that another game we could hear about? There's a lot of different titles coming in 2024 that we simply don't know about. And especially as far as Sony's first party goes, I don't think we know enough. And maybe they're waiting for a showcase to do that, which I could see being the case, at least when it comes to just doing a blowout for the first party studios. But I think these State of Plays, at least kind of what I get from Jeff Grubbs, the way he's talking about it and the way he's kind of mentioning these contractual obligations, stating that, you know, Sony's State of Plays are kind of weird in that sense. I think this is going to be more about third-party games. I don't expect any first-party games there. So if that's the case, that's fine. I mean, we expect to see, you know, a lot of third-party exclusives this year. So it would make sense that they would still do a third-party State of Play, which could still be very exciting if the right titles are there. I know if Stellar Blade is there, a lot of people, based on the polls I've been doing on the channel, would be very, very happy with that. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. What are you looking forward to seeing at a state of play, or a potential state of play, we'll say? Let me know in the comments, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you did not enjoy the video, hit the dislike button. Subscribe if you're new, and share the video to keep the community informed. I thank you all for watching. Take care.